Good morning, my friends. Welcome to the Monday morning tap in. So this week is all about becoming even further aware of our thoughts and our behaviors. But there's a big component to this week. This week, we're all going to stop shoulding on ourselves and others. Okay? So we're going to stop shoulding on ourselves and others. Not they should do this, I should do that, you shouldn't do this, we shouldn't do that. Should. I want everybody, that word should, to notice when you're thinking it, speaking it, and judging or evaluating yourself or someone else by using that word. So, the intention this week is about choosing to observe over evaluating. Okay, so observe what's going on around you, within you, without evaluating. And this is a concept that comes from Marshall Rosenberg, who has written amazing books about nonviolent communication. And one of the first steps is doing just that. Observe your behavior, observe your thoughts, observe other people's behaviors and the words that they speak. But we have to get evaluating out of the picture. So evaluating is something that we need to do. I mean, we need to have a good sense of, analyzing the situation, evaluating it, right? Making sure, everything is safe. There's a time and a place for evaluating. But as humans, we are so quick to judge. We're way too quick to evaluate. So that means we go straight up into our head. We get right into the thinking. We get right into the analyzing, the judging, and the evaluating. And that is when we come less out of how we're feeling or how someone else is feeling. And we're way less compassionate, way less able to communicate with ourselves and with others when we're stuck in our head, when we're thinking about what we should do or what we shouldn't do or what they should do. And when we're caught up in our head, it's just a momentum of, all of a sudden we start assuming and we start blaming and we're way in our head. We need to get out of our head. And that's where this awareness to when we're using the word, thinking the word, saying the word should, we know that we're evaluating. Lean back. Okay, lean back. And this is where Deepak's stop comes into place, right? S, stop. T, take a few breaths. O, observe. Here's observe without evaluating. And then proceed. Okay, so we want to take these moments to lean back, breathe, ground ourselves, center ourselves, and observe. This is not an easy task. And actually we've got 2 weeks of this awareness because next week is a holiday, so there won't be any tap in. So for the next 2 weeks, I want you to be so aware of when you begin to use the word should and how you're using it. Is it mostly for yourself? Is it on others? Or is it, all the time? And I'm going to say for a lot of us, it's going to be very unconscious. For me, this morning, for example, I go outside and I do earthing every morning if it's not pouring rain and in the summertime. And I was running out of time, or a thought, I was in my head, thinking I didn't have enough time, but I should go do my earthing. So as soon as there it is, because of course this is where all my thoughts are right now, because this is the tap, and I went, I should? I had to lean back. Why should I? I love doing the earthing. It always grounds me and makes me feel amazing. Yet right away, I was judging myself. You should. Because why? Because it's on my routine in the morning. Is that why I should? So there's the thinking mind. I was all caught up in my head of what I should do. Once I took a breath and leaned back, I'm like, should I? Well, I'm going to because I want to, because it makes me feel good, because it grounds me and it centers me. So I had to catch myself on that should, and I was surprised, honestly. So, and that's something I love to do. How many times are we shooting on ourselves when it's not something that we want to do? Okay, so this is a really big challenge that I'm throwing out there for the next couple of weeks. And this is important. I want everybody to hear this. We're not going to attempt to be perfect at this because that we're just setting ourselves up for failure. What we're going to attempt to do in these next 2 weeks of observing without evaluating is just attempt to be less judgmental of ourselves and others. Okay. This and have fun with it. Play with this. Notice it. Like laugh at yourself when you're going, oh my goodness, look at how much I'm shooting on myself. Right? Lean back and observe. Okay. So there is I got the quote right here. So there's an Indian philosopher, I'm probably gonna mess up his name here, J. Krishnamurti, and he says, observing without evaluating is the highest form of intelligence. So there, we get to attempt to be less judgmental of ourselves and others in the next couple of weeks, and we're going to get up into that higher form of human intelligence. So we're just going to get a little smarter by doing this. But there's another why. There's more, there's a lot of whys to doing this. Okay. We heal when we begin to feel. And when we're so quick to evaluate, when we're so quick to analyze, when we're so quick to judge, when we jump right into I shouldn't do this, or I should do this, or they should or shouldn't, we're right up in our head. And you know what? I know as a society, unfortunately, we're trained to go right to that judgment and that thinking mind. And so this is an opportunity for us to attempt to come out of the head and come more into the body. So by observing, you stay very neutral, and it allows you then to come more into, well, what am I feeling? What do I want? Right? Instead of coming out of what we think people we should do, or what we think we should do, should, think, right? All stuck in the head. We're going to come more into the body. We're going to come into the body, and we're going to feel a little more. And it's more of a curiosity. There's that curiosity again. There's that, should I? Really? Come out of the thinking mind, come into the observation and curiosity. That's where I want you to go these next couple of weeks. Be curious. So the intention, so when we set our intention every single morning, it can be different ways, right? Today I choose to observe without evaluating. Or today I am curious about how often I use the word should with myself or others. Right? Or today I just stopped shitting on myself. But you have to make sure with that intention that your awareness is on, right? We're not trying to be perfect. We're just attempting to become less judgmental of ourselves and others. Or today I observe, right? So this is a big week. Let's tap it in. A big couple of weeks. It always is. I think I say that all the time. This is a big week. It is, because all of this is complementary to every other week that we do. So let's tap it in. Let's get some good energy, right? I want you to smile. Put a smile on your face and just bounce. We're going to have fun with this. This is not about being perfect at this, because I'm going to tell you right now, we should on ourselves way more than we even think that we do. So this week is about curiosity, observation, shake it out. Get that. Get it right into every single cell in your body, every muscle, every part of your body is waking up now. We're going to be okay. We're a lot more aware. We're observing this week without evaluating, without analyzing. March it out, without judging. And how do we know if we're evaluating? We're using the word should. We might be speaking it, we might be thinking it. We are just observing behaviors, our own thoughts. Okay, let's tap it in around here. We're just observing. And someone else notice. And if you're doing a lot of shoulding on other people, chances are you're doing a lot on yourself. Let's go down. You might not be as conscious as that. So this is a whole couple of weeks of being conscious of our thoughts, of what we are thinking about our behaviors and somebody else's behaviors. Rub your hands together. Okay, shake it out. Let's tap in underneath the eyes. This is getting right into our worry points. And you know what? So much worry comes from shooting on ourselves and others. No, let's stop that. Right here, let's go to those collarbone points. And this is the points where I say when we get angry, right? So this is Donnie Eden's 4 thumps. When we get angry, it calms the anger. You bet we get angry when we are shooting on others or ourselves. That's when we get angry, right? They shouldn't do that. That person shouldn't do it. Or, we get angry at ourselves. I shouldn't do that. So stop shooting. No, just be aware. Come out of your head and evaluating and judging and worrying about what people think you should do or shouldn't do, or even what you think you should or shouldn't do. And then come into here. Here is our thymus, our gratitude points. Be grateful that this is the part right here, the feeling. Come out of our head, come more into our feeling. Be grateful for this practice. Be grateful for being a little lighter with it and playing with it. Right? We're not trying to be perfect. We're just attempting to be less judgmental and drawing into gratitude, right? I'm grateful that I can be aware of this. I'm grateful that I get to play with this in the next couple of weeks. And then you can go into gratitude of everything. Grateful the sun came up today. Gratitude is the medicine for any type of shooting that we might be doing on ourselves or others. And then our last point here, let's metabolize all of this. Metabolize it. And again, I want you to have fun with this because you are going to be absolutely amazed at how often you are using the word should, whether it's towards yourself or others or a mix of both. And so we need to lighten up with this and just bring in the awareness and the observation and the curiosity. So our intention this week is to shake it out, right? Whatever, you got to choose what intention it is going to be for you. But my intention today is just to be curious at how many times I use the word should when I'm observing what's going on around me. So have fun with this, enjoy it. It's going to open up your awareness. It's going to help you to come out of this thinking mind and come a little bit more into this heart. The more you practice it, the easier it's to access this heart and to come out of this head. Namaste. Have an amazing day and amazing week. Thank you.